And the reason why Emirates is not doing alliances is because, like what I said, there are lots of obligations when you be part of alliances, right? But for them, because the network is so huge, okay, they don't need to be part of alliances. But having said that, yes, they don't belong to any alliances, but they do have partnership, which means when you fly from Ottawa to somewhere with Emirates, you need to fly with Air Canada to the hub, to Toronto. So Emirates do have partnership with Air Canada. So different airlines to help them to finish their trip, right? So that's Emirates. Next one, we're going to talk about another Middle East airline. This one is equally big. Not as big as Emirates, but it's pretty big as well. It's Etihad Airways, okay? Another Middle East airline, and guess what? It's based in UAE as well. Not in Dubai, it's in UAE. You see, I make it red, right? It is official flag carrier, national carrier of UAE. It is not Emirates. Emirates is the biggest one, but Etihad is a flag carrier of UAE, okay? And their hub is not Dubai, it's Abu Dhabi, okay? Abu Dhabi. And it's the second largest airline in UAE after Emirates, and they have a code share agreement with Air Canada. Okay? So that's Etihad. And you find Etihad does not have those big A380. Emirates is famous for their A380 because they have the largest fleet, okay? But Etihad is not. Okay, so again, they are flag carrier of UAE, and they are based in Abu Dhabi, okay, not in Dubai. But both Abu Dhabi and Dubai, they are in United Arab Emirates. So let's look at the map, okay? Have some idea, guys. I don't need to know all these small cities. You see, many of them I don't even know how to pronounce. I don't know where they are. I don't care. I'm not teaching you geography. All I care is where are the big airports, okay? The big airports, only two. Only two. One is Dubai, it's up north, beside the coast, the Gulf, okay? That's Dubai. And Abu Dhabi is capital. It's right here, okay? It's little bit down south. This is two major ones. Dubai is Emirates hub, and Abu Dhabi is Etihad hub. The other large city is LA. I don't know how to say it. Do you know how? Alain. Okay, Alain. It's a pretty big city as well. Okay. So remember the map. Just have some idea where are they in the UAE. Okay. It's all on that corner and the Gulf Coast.
There's also Sharjah International Airport.
Which one?
The one above Dubai. There's Sharjah.
Sharjah.
There's also another airport, Sharjah International Airport.
Oh, is it?
A lot of flights as well.
Oh, is that right? Huh? Okay. But Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the biggest cities, and then this Alain is pretty big too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fairly big, right? Okay. I've never been there. I don't know a lot about the Middle East countries. Okay. So, but have some idea. At least you know where they are. Okay. And Etihad. So let's whenever you think about Etihad, always think about Emirates. Do a comparison and see what is different for Etihad, what is different for Emirates. Okay? So for Etihad, you'll find it's the same. Emirates have what? Chauffeur drive, right? Etihad, they're not going to far behind because they're competitors, right? So they're going to have similar ones. So Etihad is called Etihad Chauffeur as well. And guess what? They fly into Toronto as well. So in Toronto, Pearson, you can have this service as well. But it's not as good as Emirates. Emirates is how long? 80. How far? And for Etihad, it's only 50 kilometers. 50 kilometers, you can cover the whole GTA area, right? Can you? Yeah. Mississauga to down? No, not Mississauga. From Scarborough to Pearson is less than 50, right?
You do Mississauga, you can do Richmond Hill.
Oh yeah, Brampton too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's 50 kilometers. I think it's good enough. Okay. And so that's Etihad Chauffeur. And let's see what is it. And of course, it's similar with whenever it's a chauffeur, chances are it's a business and first class clients. And what type of car, it doesn't say. So what they can offer is, again, from your address to the airport, and from the airport to the arriving destination. Okay, so the same idea with business and the first class clients. Okay, so that's Etihad chauffeur. And next one, this one is unique for Etihad. I find it's extremely useful. And you say business or first class, there's chauffeur, right? It's free chauffeur, and people can pick you up. But what if you travel with economy? Well, economy is not bad either, because especially it's very hard for Etihad because of the location. Abu Dhabi, even though it's capital, but it's not nearly as many people as what? Dubai. Most people are living in Dubai, right? And so Etihad is trying to compete with Emirates. So what they do is first they offer chauffeur, okay, chauffeur. And the second one, in order to compete the economy class, because most people travel economy, right? So they have to grab people from where? From surrounding of Abu Dhabi. And of course, including Dubai, right? So what they do is, people in Dubai, if you travel with Etihad, and I offer you this express coach, and of course, it's free, right? It's free. So how does this work is Etihad Airways economy guests can access intermediate or inter-Emirates Etihad Express coach served to Dubai and Al Ain. That's the reason why I was talking about, you know the location of those two places. Basically, they run the shuttle bus. You live in Dubai, then you take shuttle bus to Abu Dhabi, catch your airplane. Or you live in Al Ain and you take a shuttle bus to Abu Dhabi to catch the airplane. Okay? And arriving and departing. When you're flying, incoming flight arriving in Abu Dhabi, and you can take a shuttle bus to your destination, Dubai. So this way, they can compete with Emirates. Okay? And so people in Dubai can fly with Etihad as well, even though their hub is not Dubai. So you see, that's their map. That's their kind of route map for the shuttle bus. Pretty neat one. And there is a schedule. And for this coaches, I believe in order to get on this shuttle bus, you must book ahead of time. It is free, but you need to let them know you are going to travel with this one. So they have a schedule, okay? So here we go. They have a Etihad Travel Mall coach schedule, and this is where they pick you up and the travel to and from Al Ain. There's a pickup location, so that's how this is work. Okay, quite unique. And this one is not the only airline offer this service. Many airlines, some airlines, what they do is if their hub is not in the central area, and then they offer this complimentary shuttle bus to pick up people from big population cities and get you to the hub. Makes sense, right? Because otherwise it's not convenient. So that's Etihad coach service, express coaches. And the next one, unique one, is Etihad, you can do stopover, okay? Because when people traveling to, for example, they travel from Toronto to India, Delhi, and what they say is, I want to stop over in Dubai, in UAE to visit that area, okay? Then Etihad actually gives you this opportunity. They have a stopover opportunity, and they have a premium stopover, essential stopover, and the complimentary visa stopover. So what is it? First of all, remember, as a Canadian passport holder, you actually need a visa to go to UAE. Used to be about 6-7 years ago, you do not need, but because there's some conflict with Canadian government or whatever, you need a visa to go to UAE. But it's Etihad actually making it easier for the client is that they can offer this visa for free, which means they pay for it. Okay, you can get this visa, and it's convenient, right? Otherwise, you have to pay yourself. And when you are doing stopover, first of all, they give you a free stopover visa. They pay for you. And the other one is depending on your class of service. If you travel first class and business class, they actually offer some first class hotel for free. It's neat, isn't it? And they can do the golf package, and that's what they call the premium stopover. Let's have a look and see what So this one is talking about what can you do in Abu Dhabi, okay? And once again, Abu Dhabi is not as big as Dubai and doesn't have as many attractions as Dubai. So when people fly with Etihad, you might want to do what? 3-day stopover, okay? Then you visit Abu Dhabi and also you go to Dubai as well. It's not that far, okay? So when you fly with Etihad, okay? So look at that one. If you fly with a first class, you can get a first class hotel to Abu Dhabi and 2-night complimentary, right? It's pretty good. And when you fly with economy, look at this one. Enjoy your first night complimentary when booking over in Abu Dhabi. So the first night is free. Okay. The second night you pay for that. Okay. So it's almost a 2-in-1.
They're so rich.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? So this is when they try to attract people to travel with Etihad. Whatever they do is try to compete with Emirates and also try to compete with other airlines, right? So because I'll give you one itinerary, you will find sometimes if you fly to a destination, if you travel with Middle East Airlines, your flying time is longer. But in order to attract people to fly with you, they give you all the different perks, right? Like a free hotel stay and a free visa. So that's Etihad. And next one about Etihad is upgrade option. So when we talk about upgrade, of course, you bought economy class, you can upgrade to business class, right? So when you travel with Etihad, you have 4 types upgrade options. 4 types upgrade options. Number 1 is Etihad Select Upgrade. Select Upgrade. This one is so unique. Remember one class I was talking about the trend of future travel. We talk about the bidding system, right? That's exactly what they are doing. It's basically before you travel, right? Before you travel. And the airlines have a platform. What you can do is they tell you how many business class seats available. If you're travel economy, you can bid. You say, I would like to pay $500 to get that business class seat. And of course, because it's almost like an online community, and other people are trying to bid that as well. Mac wants to get a business class seat at 501. It's almost like an eBay, right? Bidding. And then whoever gets the highest one, get the business class seat. So that's how it works. And of course, they're not stupid because this one gets them the maximum profit, right? That's one way. It's called select upgrade. It's bidding system. The other one is guest mile upgrade. This one is, look at that, she's holding a card, which means if you don't have the money, if you don't want to put the money to upgrade, you can use what? Your miles. Lots of us have what? Airplane miles or whatever. When you travel with Etihad, because they don't belong to any alliances, so they have their own miles, right? So what you can do, you can use your miles to upgrade as well. And number 3 is a push upgrade. This push upgrade means what? It's forget about the bidding. I don't like bidding. I don't have miles. I have what? I want to talk to somebody. I want to know how much that costs. I want to pay. Okay? And the last one is instant airport upgrade. This will be a little bit different. Is you don't get it ahead of time. When you're at the airport, you say, is there any business class available? I want to get it. How much does it cost? I pay it right there. Cash, credit card, whatever. So this one, and I'm more interested in this one. Because bidding, sometimes you can get a pretty good deal, right? So this one's interesting. And so that's how do you get upgrade. And once again, airlines are doing this because what? Get the maximum of profit. Because for them, if the business class is empty, then this lost the revenue, right? So they would rather to get any money is better than nothing, right? Either miles or cash or the bidding system. Any money is better than leave it empty. For them, they don't lose anything. Right? So that's Etihad's upgrade option. And another thing about unique about Etihad is complimentary amenity kit for Y class. Most of the time, this amenity kit is only available for business and first class, and actually for Etihad, when it's long haul flight, you actually get this amenity kit even for economy. They just give everybody one. pretty neat. What's inside? I think I looked. You have an eye mask and earplugs, brush, and whatever. So essentials. Pretty neat, convenient. And the last one is a Flying Many. This is a signature of Etihad. What's happening is that they have a specially trained Flying Many approved by Norland. I don't know what it is. It's a renowned childcare college. So this one is basically they are trained to take care of the babies. So they have some skills and techniques. This will be very unique because many people, when they travel with children, if I have clients traveling with children, and I would definitely suggest them to fly in with Etihad because that's a benefit, right? So when you know this one, you can suggest this one to your clients. It's a selling feature, Flying Many. But for me, for some clients, not me, for some clients, if they're not big baby fans, maybe that's an airline they should avoid, right? Because if they have this service, chances are there are quite a lot of babies on board. And if you're not a baby fan, maybe you should avoid this airline. So this is for Etihad about their unique services. Now let's look at the route map. Again, look at this. They don't fly into as many as destinations in North America as Emirates. Okay? But they similar with Emirates, they fly into Toronto as well. Okay, Toronto to Abu Dhabi, right here. And look at this one, the map here. They are very, very strong in the Asia as well. Look at how many flights to Asia. So when your clients are traveling from North America to Asia, and this one, Abu Dhabi, is quite a good connecting point, especially when you're traveling through this area, India area, because you don't waste any mileage. Whereas if you fly into Beijing or Tokyo or Singapore, and you will find it's longer flying time rather than flying through Pacific. Because when you fly through Abu Dhabi, which ocean are you crossing?
Atlantic.
You're crossing Atlantic. Okay, crossing Atlantic, then you continue your trip to other part of Asia. If you go to East Asia, you will find the flying time through Atlantic is longer. It's much shorter if you fly through Pacific, okay, to East Asia. But if you fly into West Asia, things will be different. When you fly through West Asia, through Atlantic is actually shorter, okay? So you fly into Toronto. Now let's look at the sample flying time. And we talk about the Emirates, right? So you know Emirates, the flying duration. But just have a guess, how long is the flight? From Abu Dhabi to Toronto, how long is the flight? 14 hours, 13 hours, depending on the direction, right? And how about DFW, Dallas? 16, 13 hours, okay? And Los Angeles?
16.
Similar, West Coast, right? San Francisco. And from Abu Dhabi to Delhi, how long is the flight? 3-4 hours, because we did Dubai, right? And to Beijing, how long is the flight? Remember, Delhi is West Asia, whereas Beijing is East Asia. So you are going further east. So it will be 8 hours maybe. And to Moscow, where's Moscow? Moscow is
Russia.
Europe, right? So you're Russia, you're going up there. And to Athens, this one, where's Athens? Greece, right? So you're flying all the way 13 hours to Middle East, flying east, right? Then you are actually going what? Back west, right? So this is a big time backtrack, okay? So let's have a quick look. How long is the flight, okay? Very quick. Toronto to AUH with EY. Okay, so Toronto, wait a second, there's no non-stop flight? Oh, sorry. Okay, not on that day. Let's try 7th. Okay, 7th is there's non-stop flight. Need it. Okay, so how long is the flight? Like what I said, 13, 14 hours, right? So it's Toronto to Abu Dhabi is actually 13 hours. Okay, you will find it's not A380. And now let's look at to DFW. DFW is 15 hours because think about where's DFW. It's a central of states, right? So it takes longer time. And now next one to Los Angeles. Los Angeles is 16 hours, even longer because again you're keeping going what? West, right? Let's see San Francisco. San Francisco I assume will be similar. 15:55, so 16 hours. And now we're going to Asia and see Asia, how long does it call? Delhi. Delhi is 3 hours 45. Remember Emirates is about 3 hours 10 minutes, right? So it's not far, think about it. And this is a West Asia. Now let's go to East Asia. East Asia, let's see Beijing. And remember, go to West Asia to Delhi. It's only 3-4 hours. Let's look at to Beijing. Did I enter? 9 hours. You see? It is quite a big difference because from West Asia, Asia is big. From West Asia all the way to East Asia, Beijing is kind of East Asia. It's quite far. So from Abu Dhabi to Beijing is another 9 hours. Okay. And let's see to Moscow. Moscow, how far? 5 hours because you're going up north, right? Now go to Athens. Athens, think about the map. Athens is which side of Europe? Down south, right? So let's see Athens. 4 hours, 40 minutes. Okay, so it's on. But when you fly into Athens, you are backtracking, isn't it? Okay. So some students say, why the airlines do that? It's all because attracting more clients. They will do backtracking for you. Okay. So that's approximately how long is a flight. It's very important to know approximately how long is a flight so you can design for your client. Because sometimes your clients do care how long is a flight. They don't want a long flight, right? So that's for Etihad. And next one, let's look at the sample itinerary. Okay. So this one is from where to where? Oh no, where is it? You learned this in geography. So where is it? No, it's not Rome. This is a signature landmark attraction. Where is that? No, it's not in Paris.
Berlin.
Berlin. It is Berlin. Berlin again, right? Okay, so if you travel from Toronto to Berlin, first of all, from Toronto to Berlin, do you think there's a non-stop flight?
No.
Maybe not. But if there's non-stop flight, how long is the duration? What do you think? From Toronto to Berlin? Probably 7-8 hours, that's max. 7-8 hours max, right? So that's what we talk about the non-stop flight. But what if you have clients say, I want to use Etihad, I want to travel, experience Etihad airline. I want to have stopover in Abu Dhabi. I want to see Dubai. Then you say, okay, you travel with Etihad. Maybe it's cheaper, right? So now let's see how long is the flight. What is the itinerary, okay? So of course, what do you think is the itinerary? Toronto to where? With Etihad. Abu Dhabi, AUH. Then AUH back to Berlin, okay? So let's look at the itinerary. Remember the date, May 8th and May 18th. Not sure. Yes, okay. With Etihad. Okay, so again, this one shouldn't be strange for you. When you see this one, what do? Change the date. But in order to change it, I have to find out which day they operate, right? So I have to do schedule. When I do schedule, I do 3rd of May to 18th of May with, can I do Athens? No. Can I do Toronto to Berlin. Can I do that? No displayable flight. Why is that?
Flight doesn't actually start.
That's right. There's no Emirates Etihad flight from Toronto to Berlin. Schedule only works for non-stop. Remember? So I have to do what? Toronto to where? Abu Dhabi. I can't do Toronto to Berlin because there's no non-stop flight with Emirates. Etihad. So for Etihad, which day they are operating? Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Your clients want to May 8th. So May 8th, let's see. It's Friday. So either 7th or 9th, right? So I will probably choose 7th. Probably cheaper weekday. Perfect. Now I can find the flight. And you will find EY 140 between Toronto and Abu Dhabi. There's only one flight, but between Abu Dhabi and Berlin, there are actually what? 2 flights. Right? One is at 2 o'clock in the morning, and one is 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'll probably choose the first one, which is shorter. So let's see how long is the flight. How long is the flight? 12 hours, 13 hours all the way to Abu Dhabi, and how many hours back to Berlin? 6 hours, 30 minutes. This is insane, isn't it? Isn't it? Because if you just fly non-stop or whatever, it's only 7 to 8 hours. But this way, if you travel with Etihad, your total flying time is what? Almost 20 hours, right? So this one, will you suggest for your client? It's very rare I would suggest for my clients, unless I have a client want to visit Abu Dhabi or UAE, or the price is a big concern. If this price is way lower than the non-stop flight, and otherwise I will not choose this airline because this is a big difference, right? The other one is 8 hours. This is how long? Like 20 hours. It's a huge difference. Okay? I normally will not suggest this for my clients. But is this doable? Absolutely doable. The airlines actually will do this for you because this is a big time backtracking. You're flying all the way east and then going back west, right? How west? You're actually flying 6 hours, 30 minutes west, right? You're basically always straight west.
Do they do London?
To
Can you go back? Can you do London?
I'm pretty sure even worse. If you go to London, it's even worse. Okay, let's do London. London, I will see. No. I don't think they do because it will be way too much. Okay, let me do a. It's 8 hours, so they won't do that. It's too much backtracking. It just doesn't make sense anymore. You're doing like 13 hours here and back 8 hours. They won't do that probably. Probably Berlin is the maximum they will do. It's another 7 hours. Okay, it's insane, right? Because from Toronto to London, 6 hours 30 minutes, right? So here we go, and it's just good for us to know how long is duration. And now let's look at some video clips about Etihad. Okay, can you turn off the light, please? This is different experiences with Etihad. Remember, Nikki was talking about fancy about the Emirates, right? You know what? It's a common theme for all the Middle East airlines. It's a luxury, fancy. Okay. So I didn't show you a video about Emirates because yourself you can find lots of fancy stuff about Emirates. But Etihad you'll find they are going the same line. It's about fancy. So that's first class, and not too many people travel on first class. Then we go a little bit lower, business, and see. Remember the chauffeur service we were talking about? They are on the chauffeur service. So that's business class. Now we're going to the economy. Most people travel on economy and see. You see, remember we talked about this one is unique. Some airlines use this service. It's called city check-in. What is city check-in? It's very convenient because sometimes the airport can be quite far from the airport, from downtown, right? So what they do is, some people when they travel big luggages, right? What they can do is you can actually check in your luggage in the city. Then you can check in earlier. Then what you do, you can explore the city without your suitcases, right? Because sometimes the hotel, they let you out by 11 o'clock, right? Your flight is like midnight. Then what are they going to do with the luggage? You're going to go to the airport, right? So what they do, they offer you the city check-in. So you don't have to check the luggage, so you can wander around the city and do some tours, right? And this one, so for Abu Dhabi. And for example, some other airlines do that I know of, is Cathay Pacific does that too. Cathay Pacific, what they do is, because Hong Kong airport is quite far from downtown, then what you do, you can check in your luggage ahead of time in city, and then they bring it to the airport for you, and you only have your carry-on to walk around the city. And it works for Macau as well. People in Macau fly with Cathay Pacific, they can actually check in Macau. Okay, so that's city check-in. Then remember the shuttle bus from Abu Dhabi or from Dubai or from Al Ain to Abu Dhabi airport, right? That's a famous flying nanny. Pretty good service, isn't it? Right, Mac? No?
Not compared to the other ones.
Not compared with Emirates, right? Oh no, compared with the other class of
First
service,
class,
yeah. I know, but it's a big price difference,
Yeah.
right?
Economy is not comfortable at all.
With the Etihad,
Yeah, it's not.
Is that?
Not as good. They
Look-
don't even give that complimentary package.
no, they didn't.
No.
Oh,
Can you get your kids back?
but looks pretty comfortable for me. Looks pretty comfortable for me, okay? With the Etihad.
First class.
But so you flew with both, right?
What?
You flew with Etihad and Emirates.
Emirates is much better.
Is it?
Etihad is very, the seats are really small.
Oh,
it's
okay.
very cramped, it's not
Okay.
comfortable.
Okay, so then let's see onboard cabin tour. Do you find the color scheme for both Emirates and Etihad? Do you find lots of gold color? That's a first class suite. So two people can eat together, have conversation. And it's business class. Now back to economy. So that's the three cabins in Etihad. Very similar idea to Emirates, but again, it's not as fancy as Emirates, but their first class is really good as well. Okay. So that's Etihad for their three different class of services, and then that's the two major non-alliances airlines. Both of them are in Middle East, and then there are other non-alliances members, but they're not nearly as big as Emirates and Etihad. Okay, and for Emirates and Etihad, I show you this as these two airlines, and it's a perfect location to travel to West Asia. You don't waste you don't do any backtracking. When you fly into East Asia and Southeast Asia, you will find it's not that good choice because of location. It's much easier flying through Pacific when you fly into East Asia and Southeast Asia, right? And when you fly into Europe, depending on which part of Europe, okay? And so that's Etihad and Emirates. And for the homework, okay, homework, and there are two parts. Number one, the codes. Like what I said, next week the codes were a little bit harder than this week because remember we didn't quiz for week 6, right? So next week you are going to study week 6, airport and carrier codes. There's carrier codes. And week 9, city and airport codes. Week 9 is about South Pacific. Okay? Week 6 is about Asia, some part of Asia. And it's 2%. And for the online work, it's Finnair. We talked about Finnair last class. And this online OTT certificate is quite short. I did it myself. It's not long. So it doesn't take that long to finish it. And so next week, make sure you bring your laptop. And next week is week 10. We are going to talk about round the world fairs. Okay? And also, I'm going to spend some time to talk about what's going to be in the week 11 test. Okay? So that's all for today, and have a good week.